夜のワイに咲いて満ちて生きる様子が傷も嘘も痛みも歌になる夢を愛を書いて何を救えますか海はそれを覚める光になれ
It was a dark blue starry evening at the station, so Robert as a controller had closed the railway early on account of the weather. The members were waiting for the signal to return to their home. Maybe one of us should tell a story to pass the time. The other members looked pleased with my idea. I have the perfect story for tonight. A long time ago, there was a brave blue member who always eager to help. Hey lads, did you go to the end of the track to pick up a passenger train car I was left behind? Of course. He would set out into a dark night. But by the time the blue member reached the end of the tracks, the mist was so thick he could hardly see anything. I just had to wait till morning, and then he settled into an old hut for the night. Later that night, the blue member awoke to a noise coming from below the sheds, and then he opened his eyes and saw a long finger reaching for him through the floorboards. There was a monster under the sheds. Terrified, the blue member raced out of the shed with a horrible locomotive-eating monster chasing him through the misty night. And then what happened? Well, that's where the story ends. No one ever heard of from the blue member again. But what about the monster? Don't be silly, well done. It's just a story. What if that story is true? What if the locomotive-eating monster is out here somewhere right now? Stop being such a scaredy cat, well done. There's no such thing as the monsters. There that night, after we had settled in for the bed, the members were startled by a terrible rattle coming from the Will Dance's locomotive sheds. Ah! Everyone help! There's a monster! What? Suddenly, Clown Avatar appeared, roaring with a laughter. He'd been rattling some scrap metal behind the sheds to find Will Dan. It's okay, Will Dan. Sometimes good imaginations think bad thoughts. Later that night, I woke up in a fright. I heard a strange noises. What the? Oh goodness, Clan! Clan, stop it! But Clan was sound asleep. If it's not Clan, then maybe I really do have a monster under the bed or under the locomotive sheds. And then I stayed awake all night just to be safe. I was awfully tired when I met Will Dan at the harbor the next morning. Did you hear the strange noises in your locomotive sheds last night? Not after Clown Avatar. Now I felt silly myself for staying awake all night. By the middle of the day, I was very sleepy running behind the schedule. You look as if you could use some special coal. I'm just a little tired. I didn't want anyone to know I have been too frightened to sleep. Then Clown Avatar speed by on the express tracks. What's the matter, Dra? Monsters keeping you up at night? By the end of the day, my locomotive had enough steam to make it back to the yard. The other members were telling the stories again, but I headed straight to the bed. Sometime that night, when I woke up in a fright, the noise was back, and they had definitely coming from under the shed. What the? Hello? Oh no. No. There's no way, there's no way. Wait, what was that? The noise was getting louder and closer. That would surely wake the other members. They had saved me from the monster. But the other members didn't steer. What was that? Oh, it's just outside the door. Psst. Hey, Golden Windy, wake up! Help! Then the doors of locomotive sheds began to rattle on their hinge. Bang, bang, bang! Oh no, it's trying to get in! Then suddenly, the banging stopped. I was too frightened to move. He peered out into the dark, and there it was, the horrible locomotive-eating monster. I could see its eyes glowing in the night. Oh no. Guys! Monster! Ganendra! Open your eyes! What are you laughing at? There's monster right outside in the sheds! Not anymore, Dra. Now the monster is inside the sheds. Then I opened one I very slowly. Then I realized I found out that it was a hedgehog. I was afraid of a tiny little hedgehog. The other members laughed, and I laughed with them. Well, that has a good imagination, Dra, but I think yours is even better. I think you're right, Golden Windy. It's the only thing in the world that could turn a tiny hedgehog into a big scary monster.